This video was sponsored by the World Caregiver Network. For more information, visit www.worldcaregivernetwork.com.
Hello everyone, this is Charles F. Gray, aka Atari Charles. So anyways, we are in the upstairs movie room, television room, what have you. And it's looking good, folks. It's really looking good. We have basically, I don't know what the fuck that's there for. Oh, I was cleaning the shelf, that's right. So we have basically all the kind of more, adult movies here. Adventure movies, horror movies, what have you. I've just put them in alphabetical order in VHS. Over here where you can't see, I can just kind of do this. Is, of course, all the kids' movies in VHS. We got the Disney movies, all that kind of stuff. That type of thing. And it's funny with the censorship that's going on. Like, for example, in an extra scene in, I think, one of the Toy Story movies about a casting couch, they've actually cut that out of the, I think, the Blu-ray release. So it's just fucking funny. Like, people wonder, why do you collect this media? You can just download it off the internet or you can watch it on Netflix. The amount of censorship that's going to be coming around the bend if things don't change, there's going to be like, hey, wait a minute, wasn't there that scene in the movie? Oh, they removed it because it was too violent. Or wasn't there that scene? Oh, that scene was about a casting couch, so we don't want to, even though it's meant as a joke, we can't have that there. Oh, that scene's about... I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of stuff cut out of movies, basically, with this censorship. It's revisionist history, which is fucking absolutely terrible. Terrible stuff. But anyways, I'm not going to go too much into that, because that's not the point of the video. Got some DVDs over here. We got some more VHS here, of course. This is the upstairs copy. It's not as good condition, but... Star Wars, right? I actually have the silver one on the other side. And actually, I guess my friend Jim, you guys know who Jim is. I know you guys know that. He found some more Star Wars movies on VHS, so I'm hoping it's a silver version of this. I do have the silver version, but it's sealed, but I wouldn't mind a silver version for watching. It's actually sealed in the original plastic. I'm not going to be removing that. We have Star Wars here. We got a bunch of stuff going on here. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I hate how basically the, so it gets dusty in here, how this kind of from the side that people usually take them out, it ends up peeling and stuff like this. I mean, what do you do, right? It's cardboard, right? I understand why DVDs went to, obviously this format. So anyways, for those of you who wonder why I like physical media, not only can I watch it whenever I want to watch it, I don't have to be like, oh, I guess Netflix didn't renew that deal that they had with this movie, or this was censored, blah blah blah. I can watch it in the original way it was intended to be watched, basically. But yeah, and then of course over here we have the upstairs Blu-ray collection. When I get the dungeon, the layer basically fucking resorted out, I need more bookshelves for my CDs, which means then I can remove this table that I have in there, which holds the CDs. I can basically organize a whole lot better, and then I can give you guys a proper tour. But anyways, folks, we're going to talk about, like, how I got into movies. And this video is going to be on my Charles F. Gray channel, which is pretty much philosophy and finances, if you want to know, if you're not familiar with that. And I am also going to put it on my Gray Necropolis channel as well. So anyways, things that are basically kind of dual purpose videos, they can go on both, because some people may want to watch my movie stuff, but they don't care about my philosophy stuff. And you may have people that like my philosophy stuff, don't necessarily care about my movie stuff, but will still watch it, basically. Okay, so it's kind of how I got into it. Like I told you guys before about, and if you haven't seen this video on my Gray Necropolis channel, then you got to go to my Charles F. Gray channel and just do that search, and you'll be able to find that video. But okay, so anyways, we I told you guys all about the whole, us renting VHS tapes as kids and so on and so forth, and which is kind of cool, right? And we would rent all sorts of horror movies. I guess I can go over it a little bit. We would rent all sorts of horror movies, so on and so forth. We would, Friday the 13th, various movies, so on and so forth. Like, it was very cool. And, and I buy a few VHS here or there. I had Night of the Living Dead on VHS, as it was the cheapest horror movie on sale at Kmart. I had some other ones, and I would record shitloads of movies on blank tape, on blank VHS tape, on Super Channel and First Choice. You Canadians out there, you'll know what I'm talking about. Not sure if you guys had this in the States, but basically dedicated movie channels, which were a really big deal in the 80s at the time. Like, wow, a channel and it just plays like theatrical releases. I don't have to go to a theater to watch this movie. So I would record a lot of those on blank VHS. So what I would do is I would record them on extra long play, so I could fit 3 movies per tape. The problem is the quality gets abysmal when you record like that. You're best going with what is the fucking not super long plate, whatever the one is where basically you can literally fit an hour and a half or 2 hours on one tape. That's the recording format you want to go with. But anyways, I want to fast forward with this because, I could talk about so much. So, okay, VHS, fine. I'd watch them. Ed had a big collection. My mom had a big collection. And we'd watch them. And it'd be like, okay, this is okay. But it wasn't like heavily into movies. And then DVDs came out. And I thought, yeah, it looks a bit better. And Ed started really buying DVD movies. But I'm like, but then you'd have a black scene. Like, it'd be dark outside. And then you'd have all this pixelation and stuff like this, right? You like how pixelation. And that really, I didn't like it. And I thought, you know what? This is not very good, basically. And if you blew it up, this is back in the day before you'd have a 50-inch TV, Maybe you'd have a maximum of 32-inch TV. And even then you could see the pixelation. So imagine a larger screen. So what ended up happening is basically in the 2000s. I don't remember the exact year. I'd probably say, what was it? 2007, 2008 maybe, when really Blu-ray was coming into its own. I'm not sure the exact release year of Blu-ray and when it came to Canada. But anyways, so it was like, I watched that. My friend, what can I call? I'll call it Harry. You guys remember Harry from some of my videos. He bought this big TV and, I watched on there. I'm like, fuck, this looks good. This looks really good. And you could really see the detail. And I thought, you know what? I like this. This is pretty awesome. This is pretty cool. So I myself started collecting titles that I liked. And where I focus on in movies, I focus on horror and sci-fi. Now for horror, it's more zombies, vampires, things like that. Supernatural. I don't give a shit about ghosts. Ghosts don't really scare me. So basically zombies, vampire, infected human beings. I'm not really into the slasher films, although some are made really well. And then for the sci-fi, Aliens, Terminator, like the Gambit, basically. And even kind of lower budget ones I actually do enjoy. So anyways, I started getting into that. I bought Night of the Living Dead was not out at the time on Blu-ray, but I bought Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, and then the other one that I always forget the title of because it's kind of like it's a 5 out of 10 movie. I can't remember what it was, but it was, what the fuck would it be? I don't know. I think it's supposed to be a sequel to Diary of the Dead, believe it or not. So anyways, basically, it doesn't matter. But anyways, and I really would enjoy these things. And you're thinking, but you got VHS tapes. You have these VHS tapes. And that's very true. So there were some movies that, because of copyright issues and infighting between the producer and director or this or that, whoever owns the rights, or they don't know who owns the rights, what ends up happening is basically it's not fucking released on Blu-ray. Guess what? So I would go with DVD. There's some titles that are not released on VHS, so you got to go with the VHS, believe it or not. it's really true. There's a lot of stuff out there, especially in horror titles, that has never been released on DVD, or it's only been released on analog tape format, which is VHS, and I guess you could probably say Betamax, but that died kind of early on. So anyways, I have these movies because, of course, the Reuse Center, and I got them for free. I didn't pay anything for all these VHS tapes. I did not pay $1 for, a penny. Now, I got a few downstairs that I paid a few bucks for, just because it was like, you know what? For $3, and I can get 5 movies, and it's a series, why not? And I can watch them, and I can enjoy them, because I can kind of, when I watch these VHS tapes, I can put my brain back into the time when that was all that was available. So I'm not watching it and critiquing and saying, ooh, that's all fucking blurry, or that looks shitty. I'm like, this is kind of what it would, this is what it would be like. You want to see what it was like watching Terminator at home in, in 1984, 86 or whatever, like whatever year that you, in the 80s that you would have gotten the tape. Watch it on VHS. There's a certain feel to it when you're watching it, basically. That, although Blu-ray and obviously DVD is much better quality, especially Blu-ray, there's something to be said for the VHS, So I'll give you an example here. Let's see here. So here's the original Terminator. Here's the front, here's the side, here's the back. There we go. Oh, sorry, Terminator 2. Where the fuck's Terminator? Oh, there we go. Let's get Terminator going on. Let's get Terminator going on here. Fuck that. Real fucking Terminator. There we go. Then we got the side. We got the back. Yeah. And the previews are not like where, let's say for Stars, where they're redone, it's like in a galaxy far, far away, blah, blah, blah. It's like the original trailers for these movies where it's like, in a galaxy far, far away. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty cool stuff. But anyways, the thing is, there is merit, there is value to the VHS format. Machines are still kicking around in used stores, so on and so forth. But anyways, it's probably topics for other videos. But anyways, this is my kind of upstairs collection. It's not perfect. It's not the greatest on the planet. But yeah, I do have other videos where I've kind of gone through it. But anyways, that's pretty much it. But I'll tell you, some good movies you can watch again and again and again and again. Just get a lot of entertainment out of it. But people wonder why I like the physical format. Because I can watch it when I want to watch it. And if it hasn't been censored when I buy it, they can't go back and censor it. You know what I mean? I already have it. So I prefer having the movie as it was released in the theaters, not where, this scene's like, we don't like this, we're gonna censor this because it's not popular right now or whatever. So anyways, Charles F. Gray, Atari Charles, over and out. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and take care. And as Sandman would say, and cheers. See you later. Bye.
This video was sponsored by the World Caregiver Network. For more information, visit www.worldcaregivernetwork.com.